So currently the Third World War is currently in process. Like the Iranian American conflict is a devastated question because it affects not only to one country but to the whole world. But however, the Sri Lanka is more advanced based on the catastrophic incidents that occurs in Iran in day-to-day life at this moment. So usually the fuel prices, of course, they have targeted Iran for that category of fuel prices to create a one. So the Sri Lanka is actually is kind of a stable movement in making the cost for the fuel. For the diesel and the petrol and others. But unfortunately, somehow the Sri Lankans it's hard to bear. But compared to the other countries, apart from the SAARC countries, which means the North American continent and the rest of the continents. So the fuel prices is almost in a good stable price compared to the other countries. But I don't know like how long will this take. So eventually we can identify some key factors that will determine this war. Because number one, I don't know, mostly to gain the power of the entire country and the fuel system of the world, and also maybe to avoid the fuel forever and go back to the solar power, which means the electricity usage using the solar. So if there's no fuel, so we have only the solar power to generate the electricity. So I believe those are the cases that have been almost conflicted among the Iran American war. So coming to Sri Lanka, which is a small key part on this huge catastrophe. So basically now the Sri Lankans has to find an opportunity to shift for another one. Like if this war continues like this for like around like another 1 year, maybe we believe it is not. But however, if it continues like that, well, we have to shift for some other options. But you see, like most of the time now, we have the electrical cars and the motorcycles available in the market. So apparently, I believe like people don't trust much about it because it's still new to the market. So as we know, this has been on the automobile industry of Sri Lanka for a long time. You see, like when the British came to Sri Lanka, they had their own brands such as Austin and rest of the cars which was made in UK. So they were high quality brands. Like the body was like a monster. It is so tough. The cars were total in a heavy mode. So everything was so strong and in good quality, even the nickel bars of the what we call the buffers and everything. So when the Japanese vehicles were emerging to Sri Lanka, the people used to call them as the toys because they never felt like it was a good option to move from British cars and American cars to, which means the European cars to Japanese cars. But now it has totally changed. Now people are looking for original Japanese vehicles, and now mostly the cars have been developed, and most of the countries, which is the third powerful country, India, has evolved, and also the Chinese cars as well. So now in these days we can find the build your dream car, which is the BYD cars. So if we can afford to have an electrical car for any person, it can be a motorcycle or a car or whatever the thing. So basically the demand for the electrical cars will be raised high, and I believe like most of the costs are so high in the gasoline vehicles, and electrical cars compared to it has a low cost. And if they can shift onto it, I believe there is a more opportunity for people to reduce the wastage of having so much of cost used in their vehicles. So, and since they guarantee for like around 5 years, they can dispose their electrical vehicle after that, and they can still move on to another one. So it's really helpful for them as well and to their pockets too. So uh, I don't know, like how long will this war will continues, but it's better to keep some options at the time. If we feel like the electrical vehicles are in a testing mode, it's better to ask for recommendation from the people who are already using the electrical cars, and switch on to it if it's necessary. And I believe it is a good option, but I still the people have a doubt about the electrical vehicles and the market in Sri Lanka. So if you have some necessary charging points across the country, then there will be a possibility for an emerging opportunity for the electrical vehicles in Sri Lanka. But I believe like now it has already been dominant in Sri Lanka, most of the western part of the country, and it is. I believe it is a good option to move on to it at this moment. If this continues for like around prolonged 1 year or maybe more than 1 year, so just stick into it and do your research and find a good option for vehicles which has the electrical powered one. But I know the performance and the capabilities that a gasoline vehicle will do will not be available same in the electrical vehicle. So let's see about it.